Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're gonna go over how to draw Sally from the Sonic the Hedgehog. Excuse me, Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. She's also in the comics, and I forget what other appearances she had made. I think those are the only two that I know about. I'm gonna be using a pencil, and I might use this wet erase marker, but this one's gonna be more about how specifically to draw her. So I might just use the pencil the whole time. And so let's get started. Sally's kind of a I'm not really sure what she is, but she looks, in first appearance, she looks like a combination between a fox and like a deer. I think she's a deer. I forget exactly. It's funny, I know her so well, but I don't know what she is. So I'm going to start with a circle for the head. You know, she's going to, that's the way kind of her head works. Circle. Her body's going to be made up of two smaller circles. Her head is way too big for her body proportionally. That's the way most of the characters are in the Sonic universe. So that's the way I'm going to draw her. So I'm going to put a circle for her head, two circles for her torso, her kind of her rib cage, her legs below. I'm drawing a single lines down for her legs where they're going to stand. Her arms are going to stick out the sides there, like she's going to have them on her waist, because she's kind of a... Her personality was kind of stuffy sometimes. So this is just a framework I'm putting down to essentially, you know, find this is my proportion. So I'm going to go in more, and I'm actually going to find very specific shapes in, you know, her hairdo and things like that. She's got this one large swoop on her head there. And I'm continuing, one moment. I'm continuing to draw into her face. Putting down small shapes to kind of see where her mouth is. I'm putting a circle here for her eyeball. I hope you can see this because I'm drawing very, very light. I'm going to draw a circle shape for her eyeball. And then I'm going to draw the kind of her cheeks, her cheekbone. A lot of them have very similar eye types. She does have eyelashes because she's a girl. In the Sonic universe, they do have oversized eyes. Their noses are usually a little smaller. Their snout, I mean, the snout part of their nose. So I think now that I have framework, I will go in with a marker, and I'm going to show you more on that. I'm going to start with her swoosh. Since her swoosh kind of comes in front of her face, I'm going to start what's closest to us and then work backwards. Go down there. Swoosh. One moment. I'm going to continue along the length of the kind of swoosh of her hair, the bangs that she has. And I'm going to slowly overlap the lines to make it seem more like real hair. When you're drawing hair, you don't want to draw every single strand. You want to simplify it by, like as they do, making it into one large mass, drawing strands into it. I did a double line there on accident, but I'll have to play it off. Drawing her ear, essentially just a curved triangle with almost very close to a normal triangle inside of it. More of her head shape over here. from here I'm going to do her snout. Her snout's pretty much coming in front of her other eye. Actually, before her snout, I'm going to draw her eye on the back of her hair there. It's going to be round for the most part. Every time you draw an eye, it looks a little better if you put this little kind of curl of a lower eyelid underneath it. You just kind of I've seen it a lot in animation. And then draw her pupil and iris. I'm putting a little for the reflection off the eye, the little shine, the highlight. Drawing a little pattern of her kind of fur. And then her cheeks, as they end, they're going to have a little fuzz at the end to show that she's covered in fur. We continue that pattern down here all the way to her nose. The nose itself is pretty small. And she's got made this expression a lot in the comics, kind of like, whatever, or, you know, what's going on. I draw a little bit of the lower lip as she's opening her mouth. On the other, see, her snout is covering up her other eye because she's turning that way. Now, side of her face. Doing the rest of the swoosh of the back of her hair. I try to make it connect though, as one, like try to think of this as one shape over the top of her head. So I'm trying to make sure these lines would align back there. Going down to her neck. Before I do that, I'm going to do the back of her hair. And the little jacket, she has this kind of one big vest she wears. Her arms are pretty simple. Her hand, gonna be just made up of small, very simplified shapes. Fingers, may show one or two. The rest of that little vest. She's got that little fur pattern on her chest there. Trying to get the rest of that other side of that vest. Down. On her leg. Her legs are really stumpy. I'm gonna cut it off there because it's gonna be this boot. Boot's pretty flat. The design to her isn't as oh, I'm gonna extend that foot, I guess. The design to her isn't as crazy as the designs to let's say the newer Sonic games. Newer Sonic games, she would have looked a lot more rad. But she clearly has this kind of like 90s cartoon show style design. There's a color differentiation there. Let me see. And that's the rest of her foot. Put another finger over here. She has it in the back of her. And that's pretty much it. That's how you draw Sally. She's made up of pretty simplified shapes, so I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna erase the pencil lines underneath. Now that I do that, actually, there's still kind of a separation here. I want this line in her nose to go all the way to the end. Usually after you take out the pencil lines, it's kind of that correctional phase where you're like, what else can I fix, you know? What else can I add to it? Little line here, little nick there. So, anyways, guys, thanks a lot. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put a lot of benefits for people that subscribe. And thanks a lot. Bye, guys.